night after the levies failed to pass with voters, Deer Park and Riverside trying to figure out how to move forward to make needed improvements. And parents with kids in the Moses Lake School District react to the week-long teacher strike, how it impacted them tonight.
We're under a KREM 2 weather impact alert as another round of rain and strong wind hits the region.
Good evening and thank you for joining us for KREM 2 News at 5 tonight. I'm Mark Hanrahan. New developments in last week's teacher strike in Moses Lake. We have learned the district has dropped its lawsuit against the teachers union since both sides have reached a tentative agreement. But today we are learning just how much of an impact that strike had on families at home. KREM 2's Regan Gallo spoke with a parent tonight. And Regan, what'd she have to say?
Well, Mark, she has 2 kids in the district and said it was tough, not just for her, but for a lot of other families, too. When you factor in Thanksgiving break and the strike, kids were out of the classroom for about 2 weeks.
Literally every day it was, Mom, do we get to go to school today? Mom, do we go to school tomorrow?
Gabriella Throneberry, a Moses Lake School District parent, says it was hard on her family to balance having all 4 of her children at home for an entire week.
It had parents scrambling for childcare, with their work schedules being disrupted, and most importantly, the students lost out on a lot of learning time.
She added her kids are thrilled to be back in school, but the strike has inspired her to be more involved in what is happening at school.
As a parent, we'll keep showing up to the school board meetings, asking questions, advocating for instructional hours, and ensuring student funds are protected.
So how'd we get here? The Moses Lake School District and the Moses Lake Education Association had not come to a contract agreement since June.
And I think we've had something like 28 bargaining sessions.
Among the big sticking points for teachers, decreased instructional time and professional development.
We're just trying to make sure that we keep and maintain our professional development so that we can be as trained up as possible for all of our challenges with the students.
When an agreement was not reached after the Thanksgiving holiday, teachers went on strike for 5 days.
It was very upsetting to see. In a sense, it's like mom and dad fighting, you know?
School district then filed a lawsuit claiming a strike was illegal under state law. That hearing for the lawsuit was supposed to happen today. But over the past weekend, both sides reached a tentative agreement. So yesterday, students returned to the classroom. The district says the lawsuit has now been dismissed. Also, as the tentative agreement moves forward, the district tells me they are grateful for the community's patience and support throughout the entire process. They also look forward to moving ahead together. As for parents like Throneberry, she says she wants the best for her kids and wants to keep the school district accountable.
Moses Lake is strong. We're a strong community, and it shows.
Now, the Moses Lake Education Association says they ratified the agreement with a 99.9% approval last night. This means they have the green light, and the next step is for the Moses Lake School Board to sign off on the agreement. Now, within the last hour, the school district told me via email that meeting is now scheduled to happen tomorrow. And once that happens, KREM 2 News will be able to learn the full terms of the agreement. For now, I'm reporting in the newsroom, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
And thank you very much. Meantime, the Coeur d'Alene School District is revising its policy on harassment and bullying. They did this because of the racial harassment incident that happened to an NCAA team in Coeur d'Alene last year. The policy will prohibit harassment and cyberbullying on school grounds, buses, bus stops, and at school-sponsored events. The district says they want to focus more on supporting victims over disciplining students who cause harm. All right, let's talk weather on this Tuesday with Chief Meteorologist Jeremy Lagoud. Jeremy, my goodness, what a blustery night. And even though it was calmer today, you're saying don't get used to that calm just yet.
Not just yet. We have more rain on the way in, and along with it, another round of wind tomorrow. We're back under a weather impact alert. Temperatures sitting pretty comfortably right at 41 degrees. I think we're going to drop down to around 40 tonight, and then watch our temperatures climb again the next couple of days. Wind advisories are in effect from 6 a.m. tomorrow until 7 a.m. on Thursday. I think a bulk of our wind is going to be Wednesday afternoon as yet another storm follows along that atmospheric river, taking aim at much of the northwest. For us, our next round of rain is already in the works. Moving out into central Washington, I think we are just a couple of hours away from that moving in. hits us tonight, snow up in the mountains, but as temperatures climb tomorrow, snow quickly transitions over to rain, even in high elevations. Most of our moisture that we see in Spokane is going to be tonight. By tomorrow morning, it moves up into the mountains. Tomorrow afternoon, we'll see a little bit of action up in northern Spokane County, think Deer Park area. You head up into southern Stevens or southern Pend Oreille County, you're seeing it. Similar story for places like Sandpoint, Bonners Ferry. I think you get up to Hayden, you'll find a little bit of that rain. It then will slowly work its way out. So by Thursday, a few scattered showers as our moisture exits the region, and Friday we should be dry. But get this, temperatures climb into the 50s the next few days from our atmospheric river and our strong southwesterly wind. Mark?
All right, Jeremy, I'll check back in with you later in the broadcast. The Riverside and Deer Park school districts are figuring out the best ways to move forward with critical projects after voters rejected their levies. Those upgrades include an HVAC system that Riverside said it needed to heat and cool the classrooms. KREM 2's Christian Garza spoke with both districts about their next moves.
Well, after failing to get the close to $33 million combined, now the Deer Park School District as well as the Riverside School District, which is just down the road, are trying to figure out how to solve issues like outdated HVAC systems as well as buying land for a new school due to overcrowding with the money that they already have. In November, Riverside School District proposed a 5-year, $18 million capital levy to address security, technology, and HVAC issues. The district says all their schools are over 30 years old with HVAC systems to match, making properly heating and cooling each classroom difficult. In fact, the Riverside superintendent says some classrooms didn't even have heat at all for a couple days this week. Meanwhile, Deer Park School District proposed a $14.6 million capital levy for safety upgrades and buying new land to provide more school space for the growing population in the area. Both proposals failed to get 50% of the votes needed to pass. Both district superintendents say the theory behind the votes against the levy isn't because the community doesn't care about the schools, but because they are worried about the economy and their cost of living. Coming up tonight, each school district superintendent shares how these problems are affecting students right now and what their plan is moving forward. In Deer Park, Christian Garza, KREM 2 News.
Coming up tonight, farmers impacted by tariffs and trade tensions could soon get some relief. We'll tell you more about that coming up after the break.